The NASCAR Xfinity Series race has officially concluded from Darlington Raceway, and we see some really awesome racing, some good battles, and Denny Hamlin picking up his first and only Xfinity Series victory of 2023. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. I just got done watching NASCAR Xfinity Series race in Darlington Raceway to Sports Clips 200. We got a lot to talk about from this race. Let's go and talk about it. So for the green flag drop in today's race, Sam Mayer, Sammy Smith, Patrick Emmerling, and Matt Mills would have to go to the rear for unapproved adjustments. So at the start of the race, you had John Nemechek lead the field from the outside with Denny Hamlin on the inside, and John Nemechek was able to get a really strong run and was able to clear the race lead while Cole Custer jumped up to second. Meanwhile, there was a near wreck that happened in lap number 8 for Denny Hamlin, who nearly spun off at turn number 4 in 5th position after some contact with Josh Berry, but luckily he was able to continue going. Then the first caution race to come out lap number 12 for Sammy Smith, who wrecked from 10th position, was I think in front of maybe Roger Crew for somebody else, if I'm not mistaken. He just got loose and spun to the inside wall, bringing the caution out. Then on the next restart, you had John Nemechek lead the field from the inside with Cole Custer on the outside, and John Nemechek got a really strong restart and was able to clear for the race lead. Meanwhile, there was some contact between Corey Heim and Brandon Jones, and because of that, Corey Heim had to come down pit road due to having a flat tire. And then John Nemechek was holding off a really hard charging, I think it was Kyle Larson at the time, or Austin Hill. And basically, with 3 laps to go, the second caution day would come out for Josh Williams, who got into the outside wall in turn number 1, had a flat tire, and brought some debris on the racetrack, bringing the caution out. Because of that would be the end of the stage, and John Nemechek would come off the corner and win stage number 1. All the lap cars would then come down pit road, with Austin Hill jumping up 5 or 6 positions to win the race off pit road, with John Nemechek going to second position. Meanwhile, Sam Mayer basically pitted from 14th position with his radio, and he was having a radio issue, something had disconnected, if I'm not mistaken, and lost a ton of positions. Then on the restart, Austin Hill lead the field from the outside with John Nemechek on the inside, and Austin Hill dropped to 3rd position. He had a terrible restart, and John Nemechek was able to clear and get the race lead. Meanwhile, trouble struck a few laps later for Anthony Alfredo, who came up right in front of Sam Mayer. He just tried to clear himself for whatever reason. I don't know what Anthony Alfredo was doing there, but he tried to clear himself up front of Sam Mayer and brought the caution out. And Alfredo got a ton of damage, so did Sam Mayer. That brought the caution out. So then, because of that, Anthony Alfredo, Sam Mayer, and Corey Heim would come down pit road. Then on the restart, you had John Nemechek lead the field from the inside with Austin Hill on the outside, and John Nemechek got a much better restart and was able to clear for the race lead. John Nemechek would continue his domination. Austin Hill was trying to run down John Hunter, was closing in at points. They were having a little bit of a good battle going on, but Austin Hill would not have anything for John Hunter Nemechek, and coming off the final corner, John Nemechek would sweep the stages and win stage number 2. Meanwhile, Kyle Larson throughout the run had been complaining he was having some engine troubles and some engine issues and would come down pit road to try to fix those engine problems. But then next lap, all the other leaders would come down pit road, with Austin Hill getting a much better pit stop, and once again, with how OP first pit stop was, he was able to win the race off pit road. Meanwhile, a couple drivers had major issues during that pit stop. Justin Allgaier had a long stop after some issues with the jackman. Brandon Jones had a long stop to work on the damage, and Park Clearman also had major trouble on pit road, where he had issues on the right side. So then on the restart, Austin Hill lead the field from the inside with John Nemechek on the outside, and John Nemechek got a really strong restart and was able to clear the lead from Austin Hill after a good battle for a lap or 2. But then a few laps later, lap 103, trouble strike for Kyle Sieg and Jeremy Clements. Kyle Sieg got into the inside of Brett Moffitt, if I'm not mistaken. Brett Moffitt had been the outside, Kyle Sieg was on the inside, and I think Kyle was trying to clear up. He got a little bit loose and spun to the inside, and Jeremy Clements had nowhere to go. Just a mistake by Kyle Sieg, unfortunately, that hurt both competitors. And then during the caution, we saw a little bit of strategy where guys like Parker Retzlaff, Corey Heim, Justin Allgaier, Ryan Sieg, Sammy Smith, Chad Fitcham, and Stephen Parsons stayed out while the rest of us came down pit road. And Austin Hill would also, during that pit stop, would win the race off pit road once again, with Denny Hamlin coming out second and John Hunter Nemechek coming out third on pit road. Then on the restart, you had Parker Retzlaff lead the field from the inside with Corey Heim on the outside, and Austin Hill got a really strong run and was able to move up to 7th, but Parker Retzlaff got a good restart. Corey Heim trying to clear him, but Parker Retzlaff was able to clear for the lead. Then a few laps later, on lap 111, we saw Austin Hill able to get up there and pass Parker Retzlaff for the lead and was able to take the lead. And then we got a really, really strong duel between Denny Hamlin and Austin Hill for about 10 or 11 laps. We had some really good racing. Denny Hamlin was trying different lines. Austin Hill was also trying different lines. You had Denny trying to go to the inside for one lap, couldn't pass Austin Hill, but then he got the opportunity, a chance to try to get around Austin Hill, and inevitably, with about 23 laps to go in this race, Denny Hamlin was able to pass Austin Hill for the race lead. Then it looked like Denny Hamlin was maybe going to hang on to the lead, but he had Austin Hill trying to close in. He had a really good car in the long run. But then, with 15 laps to go, trouble strike for Ryan Sleek, who spun for 22nd position, just lost it in the corner going down the front straightaway, and spun out, bringing out the caution. Just a mistake by Ryan Sleek, got loose, and not a great restart issue there for Ryan Sleek. So then all lead lap cars have come down. Pit road with Austin will once again win the race off pit road. God, the first pit stop was OP today, with John Hunter coming off second and Denny Hamlin coming off third. Meanwhile, unfortunately, Ross Chastain was also in this race, basically had pitted and was over the wall too soon with the pit crew. So then on the restart, Austin will lead the field from the inside with John Nemechek on the outside, and we saw John Nemechek get a really, really strong restart and was able to clear for the lead. But then Austin Hill got back and was able to take the lead. And then for a few laps there, you got a really good racing between John Nemechek, Austin Hill, and Denny Hamlin, who had also jumped up in position to try to get to the race lead. But that would be short-lived because the final caution of the race would come out with 6 laps to go for Parker Kligerman, who got spun from 12th position. Sam Mayer just completely sends it into the corner. I don't know what Sam Mayer was trying to do. I'm not sure if those two drivers had any tension that happened earlier in the race. But because of that, he sends it in the corner and runs in the back of Parker Kligerman. 1,000% a massive and major mistake by Sam Mayer. I don't know what Sam Mayer was trying to do there. Just a big, big mistake and a very unexcusable mistake from Sam Mayer. We praised Sam Mayer a little bit for what happened a few weeks ago, but you can't do that, especially the guys trying to make the playoffs. Sam had already been locked in for a couple wins. I would not, and Parker after the race was not happy. It was completely understandable because in my opinion, that was a massive mistake by Sam Mayer. I wonder if they talk at this point after the race about it or not, but just a massive and major mistake by Sam Mayer. In my opinion, a very unexcusable mistake. So then we get to the final restart of the race. You have Austin Hill lead the field from the inside with Denny Hamlin on the outside, and we saw Denny Hamlin get a really, really strong restart and able to pass Austin Hill for the race lead. Then we started seeing a battle between Austin Hill and John Nemechek as it came to the white flag. Denny Hamlin had about a half a second lead over John Nemechek and Austin Hill. They would battle right behind, and they would have an opportunity to try to get them, but they would not have anything for Denny Hamlin as they could come off the final corner, and Denny Hamlin would pick up his first Xfinity Series victory of the 2023 season and his 6th career Xfinity Series win at Darlington Raceway. Denny Hamlin did not have the best car today, in my opinion, but he kept his nose clean, ran a very, very skillful race, didn't do anything wrong, raced the drivers up front really, really clean. I know he's kind of had issues down in the Cup Series in the past, but I think he did a really, really good job putting on a good race for himself. Did a really good job, in my opinion. Didn't do anything wrong, put on a really, really good race. And while he didn't have the best car, he held on to stuff, was saving his stuff, and at the right time and right opportunity, he took the chance and the run. You can disagree, not like Denny Hamlin, but when Denny Hamlin raced like that, I've got no issue with that. He raced clean, he raced respectful, and there's nothing wrong with that. So congratulations, Denny Hamlin, on picking up the victory here at Darlington. So now we're going to take a look at the race results, and I'll give you my score and thoughts on today's race. So Denny Hamlin picks up the victory. Austin Hill finished second. Austin Hill had about a second or third best car most of the day. Struggled early in the race, but the car was really coming in, especially in the long run. And then pit road was really helping out Austin Hill throughout the day. So nonetheless, a very solid day for Austin Hill in second place. And I think while John Hunter gained a little bit on the regular season, with Austin Hill finishing his spot back, he gets one of those points back, but he did lose a little bit of ground on the regular season championship, but still a really good day for Austin Hill. John Nemechek finishes third, a really good day. I think he had the best car, but unfortunately, pit road kind of cost him a shot there and did have some bad restarts and did, of course, have some bad late restarts, but nonetheless, a really good day for John Nemechek, who really needed a bounce-back week after crashing out the last few weeks. He finishes in third. Cole Custer finishes fourth. He had a top 5 car pretty much all day long. He didn't have anything for Denny Hamlin, Austin Hill, or John Hunter. But fourth place, very solid run, all things considered. He's unfortunately out of contention for the regular season championship at this point, but nonetheless, a great day for Cole Custer in fourth place. Josh Berry finishes fifth. For a guy that was complaining on the radio for most of the day, this is the worst car he's ever driven. Great comeback for this A-team. They worked on that, and they get a very solid top 5 finish. I'll be honest, I thought this was going to be a really bad day for Josh Berry, which would have been shocking and surprising, but they worked on the car, they got it better, and he finishes in fifth. Good run for Josh Berry. Riley Herbst finished 6th, a great bounce back day for this 98 team. They have been having a couple really bad weeks and things that have not been his fault. But when things don't go wrong for this team, he tends to run a lot better. So nonetheless, a very, very solid day for Riley Herbst. Good run for a very good and solid day for Riley Herbst in 6th place. Justin Allgaier finished 7th. Not the greatest day for Justin Allgaier in the world. He kind of struggled throughout the day, did put on some old tires and dropped it back a little bit. He does get a top 10, but unfortunately at this point, he's pretty much in a must-win situation to win the regular season championship. But nonetheless, a good day for Justin Allgaier. I want to also mention about Josh Berry. He also locked up a spot into the playoffs with enough points he got. Sheldon Creed finished 8th. A good comeback for them, but they struggled most of the day, which is kind of surprising because Sheldon Creed, I thought today was going to be a threat and contender to go out and win the race. And that 2 car just never had the pace and speed, but they did recover and get a very solid 8th place finish. Kyle Busch finished 9th, a disappointing day for Kyle Busch, I will say. He never ran higher, about 8th or 9th most of the day. That car was not as good as what Kyle Larson had when he ran here earlier this year. I think that car could have had a little more speed. It's not Kyle Busch's fault, though. They just didn't have the pace or speed to run up front, and I thought he was going to be a contender. Unfortunately, he finishes in 9th. Daniel Hemrick finished 10th, was really fast in practice, so a little bit of a disappointing run for Hemrick in his standards, but nonetheless, still gained a little bit of ground on the championship in 10th place. Sam Mayer finished 11th, even though he made that mistake. Not the greatest day in the world, got involved in a couple wrecks, and just overall kind of chaotic day for Sam Mayer to finish in 11th. Chandler Smith finished 12th, quiet day for him, ran top 10 the majority of the day, but unfortunately kind of fell back near the end of the race. He finishes 12th. Parker Retzlaff finished 13th. I want to give this guy a shout out. He ran really good all day, had one of the fastest cars in the second half of this race, was up to 7th or 8th at one point, led a few laps, faded a little bit, had a bad pit stop that kind of cost him a shot at a better run, but he had a very good day, one of his better runs of the year so far. He finishes in 13th. Brandon Jones finished 14th, just another kind of disappointing day for Brandon Jones, unfortunately. It's not a great run for the 9 team. I thought maybe he run a little better because he historically has been good at Darlington, but today, just not a good run for this 9 team considering this car won earlier in the last year when we came here, so disappointing day for Brandon Jones in 14th. Corey Hine finished 15th, had an up and down day, bounced back though after having a tire issue, a great recovery. He finishes in 15th. Raj Crew finished 16th, decent run for the 45 team. They were pretty good on the long run, not the greatest though, but solid to see an Alf Prime car finish in 16th. Sammy Smith finished 17th, a pretty disappointing day, decent recovery, but just a disappointing day overall, started the back and never had a chance to contend. He finished in 17th. Jen Byrne finished 18th, was in the top 15 early, kind of faded near the end of the run. He finished 18th. Steven Parsons finishes 19th. Brendan Poole finishes 20th. Jeremy Clemens comes back a little bit, finished 21st. Chad Finch, a decent run for him. He finished 22nd. Ross Chastain finished 23rd. Just kind of a disappointing day overall for that number 91 car. Parker Clearman finished 24th. A small recovery. Unfortunately, just not a great day. He was having a really solid run, but unfortunately got turned by Sam Mayer. I don't blame Parker if he's pissed off at Sam Mayer for that. Brad Moffitt finished 25th. Joe Graff Jr. finished 26th. Matt Mills finished 27th. Kaz Grall, just a disappointing day overall. Kind of expected that. He finished 28th. Ryan Ellis finished 29th. Ryan Sieg, after having multiple issues, he finished 30th. Kyle Weatherman finished 31st. Timmy Hill finished 32nd. Anthony Alfredo finishes in 33rd. Blaine Perkins finished 34th. Kyle Sieg finished 35th. Patrick Emmerling finished 36th. Josh Williams finished 37th. And finishing last in 38th place is Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson, unfortunately, like I mentioned earlier in the race review, he had some engine troubles and some engine issues that unfortunately took him out of contention to win this race. I think Larson would have had a car to contend with John Hunter, Denny Hamlin, and Austin Hill for this race, but unfortunately for them, he had those engine troubles and issues, and unfortunately will not win the Xfinity Series race in 2023 because of that. So now, let's talk about the overall race as a whole, and I'll give you my scoring thoughts on today's race. Honestly, I thought today's race was really, really good and really, really entertaining. You had a lot of side-by-side racing throughout the field. The cars were getting sideways. You didn't have always side-by-side at times, but one thing about this track is you have to race the racetrack. And I think drivers overall throughout the day did a really good job being clean and respectful. Sure, at times it was aggressive, but I really enjoyed how clean the Xfinity Series was this time around. And some really good battles were happening for the lead as well. You had good racing between Austin Hill and Denny Hamlin in Stage 3. You had a pretty good finish setting up between John Hunter and Austin Hill near the end. And I thought today's finish was really, really good. It wasn't a perfect race, but it was really, really good. I enjoyed today's race. The Xfinity Series always delivers here at Darlington. I am going to give today's NASCAR Xfinity Series race from Darlington overall a 9.5 out of 10. Very enjoyable race. Love this racetrack. The Xfinity Series always puts on a great show here. I absolutely enjoyed today's Xfinity Series race. So, that is good for today's NASCAR Xfinity Series race view from Darlington Raceway. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe to the channel, notifications on so you know if I win a video does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support my Patreon as well. Links are below that, and comment your thoughts below on today's race. Your thoughts on today's race, let me know below. Let me know your score in the comments below. And congratulate Denny Hamlin on picking up the victory. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Tomorrow on the channel, I have 2 videos more than likely on the channel. One talking about Matt DiBenedetto, where I think he could end up driving in 2024. And also have the NASCAR Cup Series race be from the Southern 500. Got a lot of great content I'm dropping on the channel, and I cannot wait to share for you guys. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.